Hello and welcome back. So the box that sold out in 10 minutes, blah blah blah, very difficult to get hold of and is obviously going for stupid money on eBay and that sort of thing at the moment. But Kill Team Toon World is here. It is, you know, a bit of a, maybe not a launch box, but certainly in terms of the Toon World setting it is. It's not a launch box because it doesn't contain the proper rulebook or anything like that for Kill Team. But much anticipated. Let's have a look at what's in the box. So we're going to go through all of the sprues, not in a great deal of detail, but just to give us an idea of what we've got. So let's arrange these. So we've got one Necron. This is Deathwatch. Deathwatch. We'll have a look at these separately in a minute. More Deathwatch. Yikes! Lots of Deathwatch. Start the Toon World scenery. Necron. Toon World, and two more Toon World. We're going to have a better look at these in a minute. So, to break it down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large Toon World sprues. And one small with some scatter terrain. We have 2 large Necron sprues and one small one that looks like it's got a single character on it. And then for the Deathwatch, got loads of stuff. 1, 2 large sprues, effectively 3 large sprues, 2 large sprues and then 2 sort of half ones. Now the Necrons, let's have a look. This sprue is just Necron Warriors. So the one that we got in the Indomitus box many years ago. Well, I say many years ago, about 5 years ago. And then this one is all new stuff. So in terms of new stuff, we get 1 large sprue and 1 small one. So that's quite a bit. Right, let's have a look at... let's look at terrain first. So... this is the scatter terrain, large sort of Necron sarcophagus and some ruins. And then whatever these are, small sort of insignia piece there. Okay, so that's the scatter stuff. Now the rest of it is the walls and that kind of thing. So let's work out what we've got. Okay, so one of those. 2 of those, and that one is different, but same as that. Okay, so we effectively get 3 different sprues, but we get 2 of each. So, all pretty straightforward. Nice walls, very much like the Into the Dark setting. But that is cool. Yeah, I'm sorry if the sound isn't great. I can't find my mic, so I'm just recording directly on my phone at the moment. We're in the middle of a house move at the moment, so I never know where anything is in my own house. So I couldn't find my microphone. So sorry if the volume isn't great today, or the sound quality isn't great. Okay, so that's that one. We have this one here, again, 2 of these. So these open doors can be blocked up. Even the sort of ruined holes in the wall can also be blocked up as if they're a normal wall. Okay, so 2 of those again. And then finally, 2 of these. Major long wall pieces. Again, more doors to block up. And that kind of stuff. So very cool, I like it. I will be doing, I'm gonna try, now I don't often do them, well, very, very irregular, but I'm gonna try and do some painting videos for this set. So expect those over the next week or so. Right, let's look at Necrons next. And if I can, let's have a look. Actually, so we'll have a look at this quickly. This is the board. Very nice. Similar both sides, I believe. Yep, very similar both sides. This side slightly brighter, more 2 mod stuff, but yep, very nice. I'm trying to get to the assembly instructions. What we got here? I'm assuming a book and some cards, maybe. Right, cool. Toonworld dossier. We'll have a good look through that in a minute. Lots of familiar looking tokens and some maybe non-familiar ones, depending on what kill teams you already own. Assembly guide, we want that. Have a quick go through the rest of it, and the rest is cards. So Necrons, Deathwatch, and I'm assuming Toonworld. We'll have a look through those in a minute. And other than that, we've just got dice in the box. So let's have a better look at what we've got here. Okay, so let's do the Deathwatch stuff. So we've got a lot of stuff here, so I'm assuming there's going to be loads left on the sprues when we're finished, because these do look very much like full sprues. There's some of it, no, it's not push fit. Some of it looks like it should be push fit, but I don't think any of it is. Yeah, I'm assuming these are going to be sort of standard Deathwatch sprues when they're released. So you get 2 of the same sprue here. Neither of which include full models. There's no legs and stuff like that on here, so I'm assuming those will appear on here. Are these identical? No, they're not. Oh. Yes, they are. So we get 2 of these, and you can see there's some sort of Gravis armor legs, lots of torsos and all the other legs and that kind of thing. So that's looking cool. Necron stuff. Let's get past this here because the Necron stuff is a little bit more diverse. So this is the Geomancer on his own sprue. He looks like he's going to be a real pain to put together, but I will look forward to it. We don't need to go through this. This is just the Necron Warriors, which we've seen loads of times before. And then the other thing was just got this large sprue of other things. So it's a real kind of mismatch of what you get on this sprue. I wonder if this will ever get a proper 40k release, just because of the different things are on there. So we get the tomb crawlers, Matricite, or Reanimator or Matricite Walker. Get to make whichever versions you want. So you make, you make 1 Reanimator and 3 Warriors. Then 1 Matricite Accelerator, or 3 Matricite Warriors again. Okay, yeah, maybe it's not quite as diverse as I thought it was. But it all looks cool regardless. But yeah, so lots and lots of stuff. So 6 large and 1 small Tomb World. 2 large and 1 small Necron, and 2 large and 2 small Deathwatch, although these are very much more packed as opposed to the Necron stuff. And the Necron stuff, again, one of those large sprues is those Necron Warriors. Okay, so let's have a brief look at the book. Tomb World dossier. I can feel in the back. Well, there's a reference, all the different wall types and that kind of thing. Very, very similar to Into the Dark, but cool nonetheless. So Somnifet, pages 11 to 14. I'm pretty sure that will be mostly lore. Then our Deathwatch stuff, our Canoptic Circle stuff, Kill Team Rules 26 to 49. And then missions, and then all of the breakdown, all of the Deathwatch and Canoptic Circle stuff. Let's get to the rules, 26 to 49. Right, okay, so yeah, so this, oh right, okay, so 26 to 49. This includes all of our rules for our Deathwatch and Canoptic. I was wondering if it was going to have kind of a version of the full rules in here, but it doesn't appear to have. It has all of the strategy ploys, fight, all the ploys and that kind of stuff, everything that goes with the armies. There's armies commentary, so this will be discussing, I assume, the kind of movement over to the settings and how it plays differently. Right, okay, so the missions. So lots of stuff about the individual rules for all of the terrain and that kind of thing, and then a breakdown of some actual missions. So close quarters, Tomb World, split into 5 different zones. Get all our terrain layout, stuff like that. It's got details of the actual missions. Oh right, actually. So yes, so in our card packs, let's have a look. This might be the Tomb World event cards and that sort of stuff. Oh, that's difficult to open. God, I cannot get this open. It's like they do not want us to play this. All right, there we go. So what have we got here? Okay, all right, so all of our Necrons. Right, actually, so this stuff. So we've got our Necron cards, as you'd expect, but then we've got Tomb World event cards. Let's go through a couple of these. So Dark of the Tomb. Whenever an operative is shooting an operative more than 8 inches from it, attack dice cannot be re-rolled. Okay, there's another one. Living Metal Flux. All NPOs immediately regain up to D3 plus 2 lost wounds. Roll separately for each. If none can, draw a different event card. And have a look at one more. Randomly select 2 player operatives, 1 pair from each team if you're playing adversary ops. Remove both operatives from the kill zone and set them back up in each other's previous locations. In other words, swap their positions. Repeat this process 2 more times if possible. If there's only 1 player operative for any team in the kill zone, draw a different event card. That's mental. Let's have a look at one more. Counter-temporal shifting. When an attack dice inflicts damage of 3 or more to an NPO, roll 1d6 on a 5-up, extract 1 from that inflicted damage. Okay, cool. So, Tomb World event cards, pretty cool. I won't go through the individual Necrons at the moment. I'll maybe review them separately later on. But this makes me want to check out these other cards as well. If I can bloody well get into them. Right. Okay. Right, this is more typical. So lots of Deathwatch individual players. A lot there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different types. We get smoke grenades and move with barricades, so universal equipment cards. Deathwatch kill team, faction rules, faction equipment, strategy ploys. So yeah, all the normal stuff you would expect to get here. So no more Tomb World cards in there. I will open the last deck. I'm assuming there won't be any Tomb World cards in there either. Although it's quite interesting that the Necron unit cards were in this box with the Tomb World stuff. Yeah, I can tell already. Oh, actually, so we do indeed have more cards. 3 cards for the Geomancer. Okay, yeah, lots for there. And then, as usual, their faction rules and equipments, employs, Firefly, ploys, universal equipment. So yeah, you get all that stuff in there for them as well. So let me have another look at what we've got here. Tombcrawler, Necron Warriors. I wonder if these are more for the solo rules, which we'll get to in a minute. So yeah, so these include the likes of the Necron Warriors and that kind of thing. Okay, right. So yeah, interesting stuff. Oh yes, so here we are, joint ops actually. So this is the kind of solo or co-op version of the game. Threat levels and grades. So it's just talking about using threat levels to change the grade of enemies. So grade 1, 2 and 3, I believe that will be. And as the game progresses, I assume it will get more difficult. I'll do a full review of the solo version of the game. I'm assuming it's pretty similar to the general Kill Team solo playthroughs. But I will definitely get into that soon. And yes, actually, so it has got the data cards that were in this little deck. It's got them here as well. So, yeah, so Necron Warriors do damage of 3 or 4. The Canoptek Scarab Swarms do damage of 1 or 2. 5 attacks though. This is looking really cool. Can't wait to get into this. Very cool. And then the game sequence for Joint Ops. Set up battles, selecting operatives, setting them up, play the battle and end the battle. Very cool. Oh, and these are joint op missions. Shifting Labyrinth, Demolition Protocol, Recover Transponder, Destroy Sarcophagus, Scout Sub Crypt, Regroup. So you get 6 missions, that's pretty cool. Hopefully they'll release more on the Warhammer community website as well going forward. Adversary Ops. So this is like a PvP mission pack. All their individual strategy rules and that kind of thing. And then finally, our map key, which is weirdly in there, and it's also reprinted later on in the rulebook too. But still, obviously very handy. And then fantastically, we've got all our mission maps. So very cool. So that is Kill Team Toon World. I like the look of it. It looks very good. Can't wait to start building and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I will come back to you with various reviews going forward, mainly for the solo playthrough, maybe the individual kill teams. And yeah, maybe we'll do some painting as well. So if you want to see any of that, then make sure you hang around, drop a subscribe and all that sort of stuff. And I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching, guys.